We also have Texas Republican Congressman Pat Fallon joining us right now. And I just want to, kind of pick up on what Edward's talking about, Congressman. And I know that this news is just breaking on Capitol Hill where you are as these confirmation hearings are going on, by the way, for Marco Rubio. And then you had Steve Witkoff, of course, Middle East envoy. The selection of Witkoff, he has not confirmed yet. He's actually been in Doha. I think that's interesting. But, the question has already kind of come up now after the months of these negotiations. Who gets credit? Who gets credit for us coming to the moment we're at today when we, at least for now, after months, have a ceasefire agreement in place?
Well, Cheryl, it reminds me a lot of Ronald Reagan, and he had the famous quote of saying, it's amazing what you can get accomplished when you don't care who gets the credit. And it also harkens back to when President Reagan was about to be sworn into office and the Iranian hostage deal, where they were released pretty much right when President Reagan was getting inaugurated, because the mullahs in Iran did not want to have to deal with a strong United States president. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? I don't think the Palestinian, well, I should say Hamas, they don't want to deal with President Trump in his second term. He's projecting tremendous strength, and he has told them and telegraphed to them all hell will break loose if this deal doesn't get done and something's not done about the hostages. So here we go. Look, I don't believe in coincidence either. I think President Trump had a direct effect on this.
Yeah, well, obviously, again, timing is everything. I know that Marco Rubio his hearing is going on, and I know that this is now coming up in discussion there. But also, our correspondents are on the ground behind you in Capitol Hill, and we just caught up with Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer. I want you to listen to this.
A ceasefire will reduce violence in Gaza and harm to innocent civilians. It couldn't have happened without steadfast diplomacy and until the potency of Hamas was radically reduced. We will not rest until every hostage comes home.
Yeah, I mean, certainly I want to get your reaction to that, as well as kind of this question mark of the next phases of the agreement that is currently being put in place right now.
Sure, let's not get amnesia about the fact that many Democrats and top Democrats were constantly harking for, we need a ceasefire now, we need a ceasefire now, where most Republicans, in fact, probably all of us, were saying, if there's going to be a ceasefire deal, we're going to let the Israelis and Benjamin Netanyahu's government negotiate that, because they know what's in the best interest for their nation state, our strongest ally in the Middle East. So if Israel thinks this is the best way forward, then we're going to support them. And I don't think we would got to this point if Benjamin Netanyahu hadn't been so steadfast in eradicating Hamas, which I was a full supporter of, in addition to the Trump and the impending Trump administration come next week.
Yeah, well, certainly, Congressman, I know that we asked you to join us to talk about other issues of the day, in particular with these confirmation hearings. I certainly appreciate you joining us to cover this breaking news. And this is a moment that, again, the Israelis and the American families of some of these hostages have been waiting for. Again, this is the first step. We hope it is not the last step. Congressman Pat Fallon from Texas, thank you very much. We're going to continue, again, to follow all of the breaking news here on Fox Business. We're going to take a quick break, folks. We will be right back.